Every so often we get a character that breaks the fabric of OPTC. Characters like Roger, characters like Straw Hat Crew, and with the upcoming legend Gear 5 Luffy to be released on the 6th of August, I do believe that this character will be on the same caliber as those units. In today's video, we're going to be doing a concept that I've designed that this character might look like, or what I would like the character to look like, built around the anniversary legends of Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy and Yamato. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think this particular character will look like, and what you expect to see from this character. Before we dive in, I do want to put a disclaimer of spoilers. If you are an anime-only watcher, I would highly recommend avoiding as much as you can from the internet for the next couple of days, or next couple of weeks, I should say, as Gear 5 is literally going to break all your expectations. But I do want to make it known that this video might spoil some stuff for you. Also, I do want to also preface that this particular video is just my concept designed from a player's perspective. This is no insight or anything like that. And if the character doesn't live up to these expectations, like, I do apologize, or I don't apologize, because like I said, this is just what I'm sort of designing the character as my own Gear 5. Now, if this character is like 80% of what I see today, then I'm going to be very, very happy, because what I've done here, I've made him incredibly strong, and by far the best legend in the game, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, it is my opinion. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys agree or disagree. As of One Piece Day, we got this silhouette, so we do know that this character is coming, and we can finally start talking about it, which is very, very exciting. But with that said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Let's dive in and talk about my concept for Gear 5 Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy, the Drums of Liberation, is going to be a strength, free spirit fighter character. His captain reduces cooldown of all characters by 2 turns, and further it decreases the cooldown of free spirit characters by 2 turns, boosts their attack by 5.5 up to 5.75 depending on the tap timing of the previous attack, and boosts crew's HP by 1.3. All other characters' attack get 5.75. So up to 5.75 for free spirits, which is really nice. 4 turns of cooldown, nice HP, and he's a rainbow booster if you want him to be as well. Makes recovery and tandem orbs beneficial to the crew, and makes free spirit characters strength orbs into Wano. Increases the chance of landing on recovery and strength orbs, and reduces the special bind duration by 10 turns, making all specials that apply to class or type restriction buff apply to the whole crew instead. Once per quest, can revive as Gear 5 Luffy Pinnacle of Power when the conditions are met, revive to full HP once per quest, and all characters with the name Monkey D. Luffy Drums of Liberation become Gear 5 Luffy Pinnacle of Power. So, that does mean that if you run a Sailor Luffy with a friend Captain Luffy, your Sailor will become Gear 5 as well, which is pretty cool, provided, obviously, you are running the Captain to get that revive mechanic. As I do believe in my concept, he will revive. I think in the video as well, they showed the chest beating and the drum sort of pounding, where Luffy kind of turns into Gear 5. Well, where he starts and how he sort of gets there. If you're a manga reader, you guys will know what I mean when I say that, but if you're an anime-only watcher, like I said, I do apologize if there's any spoilers there. So, I do think, well, my Luffy is going to have a revive, and just in his standard form, he is going to have his own special. So, if you guys are not in Gear 5, the Pinnacle of Power, he's going to reduce cooldowns by all characters by 2 turns. He does an attack, orb, and color affinity boost of 3 times, changes all orbs to strength including block, and locks them for 1 turn, which obviously he makes Wano as a captain, and if the crew has an attack, orb, color affinity boost, further increases by 0.25. So, pretty nice stuff there. If you do get the revive mechanic off and you become Gear 5, the Pinnacle of Power, you do get a whole new captain ability, and this captain ability is incredibly strong. As you can see, it's pretty big, and basically it states something like this: reduces the cooldowns, which is the same for Luffy in his base form or Gear 5, 2 turns to the crew, 2 turns for free spirit, so 4 turns all up. Makes free spirit characters attack 6 times unconditional, and all other characters get a 5.25 times attack boost. Boosts the crew's HP by 1.3, and makes all type slots matching for this character plus recovery and tandem beneficial to the entire crew. Turns the strength orbs into Wano for the entire crew now, and increases the chance of landing on recovery and strength orbs. Makes character immune to all status effects that would affect this character, and reduces special bind duration by 10 turns, also making specials that apply to class or type restricted buffs apply to the whole crew instead. Turns all damage reduction effects into an attack boosting of 1 times to 2 times proportional to the strength of the damage reduction buff, and makes this character super effective against all types. So, as you can see, his captain ability is an absolute mouthful, but it's very, very strong. A flat 6 times captain to free spirit characters is just insane. As you can see, I've kind of made him build around like Luffy Yamato as a friend captain. So you get bind and special bind with the 2 of them, which is like 2 of the most annoying debuffs in the entire game. You get a lot of cooldowns, which is with both the units as well. And you can give a lot of cooldowns as well. Plus, giving very nice attack, very nice orbs, very nice color affinity, which is built around what Zoro and the Luffy Yamato unit do. So, very nice stuff there. However, if you get the special of the Pinnacle of Power off, it states a little bit differently, and it's actually a lot stronger. So the special of Gear 5 Luffy reads a little bit like this. Reduces all characters' cooldown by 2 turns, increases crew's attack, orbs, and color affinity by 0.5. Otherwise, gives an attack, orb, and color affinity boost at 3.5. Changes all orbs into block, including block, into strength, and increases the Wano orb multiplier at 2.75. So basically giving you a full bot of 1 orbs as captain, and then increases their multiplier to 2.75 for 1 turn. If crew has damage reduction and enemy has increased damage, further increases these by 0.15. It reduces damage received by 50% and applies 1.5 times increased damage taken through immunity otherwise. And if the crew has a chain boundary and chain boost, increases them by 0.5. So as a special, he does so much damage, 3.5 times attack to the 3 big orb, color affinity, and attack boost. Plus, he increases the multiplier of 1 orbs to 2.75, and he can give you additional damage and give you the damage reduction buff thanks to his captain ability as well. So you can do some really, really nice stuff there. But as you guys can see, he's kind of built around utilizing Luffy Yamato, so you can increase the 80% to a 95%, and then turn the increased damage taken from 2 times into 2.15. And then he can also increase Zoro's attack boost. He can increase the color affinity and the orb boost from Luffy Yamato as well, which works insanely nicely. Like it just works. It works so well. He also can increase Sanji's chain boost and chain boundary by 0.5 if you've used Sanji before that as well. So you can do some really, really nice stuff there. But getting the revive does seem a little bit challenging in most situations. However, I have made it a little bit easier. So I did give him a super type for strength units because Sanji can give super class. And because this unit becomes super effective against all types, super strength just means that this guy will be hitting so damn hard. So his super type deals 1,565,656 damage to all enemies through defensive effects and normal attacks only. Reduces crew's HP to 1 and applies burn for 10k per perfect for 3 turns. Increases the duration of damage dealing effects by 3 turns that cannot be removed, and turns all strength into super strength. So the idea of this was to activate his super type so that way you go down to 1 HP and then you get burned, so you hit a perfect, you die, and then you move into the next turn with all of the buffs that you would have applied on that previous turn. So that way you go into Gear 5, you have all of the buffs ready to go. So if you use stuff like Zoro, if you use stuff like Luffy Yamato on the turn before, you can extend their buffs or you can increase their buffs, however you want to do it, with the Luffy special. And you can do some really, really nice stuff there. Now, it can work in multiple ways, whether you can use the Luffy Yamato special on the final stage. You get the conditional of Zoro, which you can carry over. You can also do some carryover conditionals with Robin, and you can do some really, really nice stuff there. Remember, this affects every single damage dealing buff in the game. So if it does damage, it's going to get extended. Plus, it'll give that icon that the Beast Pirates have where it can't be removed, including when you die. So that's also super nice. So very, very nice stuff. Getting into that super strong captain means that he's going to hit very, very hard, and he's going to give free spirits some insane stuff. Now remember, I built this around Luffy, Yamato, Zoro, and Sanji. There's a bunch of stuff they could do, being like the Pinnacle of Freedom, make all characters free spirit in some way, give you the ability to just pick a buff depending on what you need for your crew. That could work quite nicely too, but for me, this is what I went with, because if there is a revive mechanic, I do want it to be very easy to attain, and I do want the unit to be insanely good without needing that revive. So obviously the revive is going to be better, but like, yeah. As for his limit break abilities, I have given him Rush. So he needs first tap with a Wano, Tandem, or Recovery Orb, and you need two of the Straw Hat crew, Momo, or Yamato. So it can be any of them for the Rush. As long as you have 2 of them on the crew, you can activate this. And the idea is to use like Zoro, Sanji, or using Yamato, Luffy, Yamato, like stuff like that. So as long as you first tap, your rush cost will cost 10,000. You can do 10 rushes, and just like Sanji's, it's very similar, but you go up to a much higher attack boost. Only for free spirits, though. It only works for free spirits. The Super Tandem, I do think he's going to have either Super Tandem or Final Tap for my concept. I would prefer, for my concept, I always thought that he might have Super Tandem and Final Tap, but, sorry, Super Tandem and Rush, but for me, and if I'm talking this particular build, I would like to see Final Tap. Having Rush with one and then Final Tap with the other means you could work with them really, really nicely. And if you're not using them using with Luffy Yamato, you can just use the Luffy Yamato Final Tap there. So that's another option. If he did have Super Tandem, I would want him to need Zoro, Sanji, Yamato, or Momo, and one other free spirit character. It can be any other free spirit character you want. Increases all damage dealing effects by 0.2. So any buff you have, you just increase it by 0.2, which is insane. And applies a Super Tandem attack buff to free spirit by 2.75. Or I could give him Final Tap, where he does 1.25 times the damage dealt by the crew as end of turn damage as a Final Tap. And then the final thing he's going to have is Hunger, giving 5 stack removal, which is the highest in the game, and 5,000 attack. If, no, 500, not 5,000. 500, yeah, that's crazy. Up to 500 base attack for recovering 5,000 HP, which is very doable nowadays. Very, very doable. As a sailor, if you are using this guy as a sub member, you can get into his Gear 5 form without it. He makes strength recovery in tandem orbs matching for the crew, because he gives a full lot of strength orbs. This is now matching. And then he is immune to special rewind and special blind. So, pretty nice stuff there. So, all in all, I'm pretty happy with the concept. I do like this unit quite a lot. Do I think this unit is going to be the actual unit? No, I don't. This is, like I said, my concept. Working with the anniversary characters, but obviously with maintenance coming, it's actually active right now, the maintenance of me recording this. They're doing a lot of stuff with EX Supers. They could go completely down a whole different path, do like a Film Red celebration, and do like Kid Lore and Gear 5, and just like do the awakening of the Onigashima trio. Like, there's so much they could do with this unit, but I thought I would just throw in my 2 cents of something that could be cool and just start a conversation rolling with you guys. But like I said, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think the unit's going to be. While you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.